Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. In today's video, we're actually going to take a closer look at the announcement trailer for A Storybook Vale, and I am so excited because this update is coming on November 20th, so in less than 2 weeks, we're going to have this update to play around with and explore. I'm so excited, especially to dive into all the new biomes that we're going to be getting. They all look so beautiful. So let's get right into this trailer. We're gonna go shot by shot and just break everything down and see what we find and what we notice, any similarities between the biomes, anything like that. We're just going to go through it together. So I'm very excited to see what we can hopefully uncover. Maybe some sneak peeks or something that hasn't been said by the devs or by the game on their social media, but we might find something hidden within this trailer. So let's get started. I'm keeping the sound off just so that it doesn't distract us, but the trailer opens up with this amazing landscape shot of the Bind, which seems to be the first biome that we're going to be entering into, just like with Eternity Isle, how we entered into Ancient's Landing. And this part here is what's really interesting to me because I think we're going to have to go up these stairs because for the teaser image or video that we got when they were teasing all of this content for the live showcase, we could see the main well in front of the big building, and I think that's the well right there. So I think once our floating contraption, which is right here, lands in front of this amazing looking building right here, we're gonna have to either go from this side or the other side potentially and up these stairs to that well where we'll be able to go into the building to see the lore keeper where the book is, and that's where the doors are to both of the biomes, the Ever After and Mythopia. Of course, there could be other entrances into those biomes as well. That's just one that we noticed when we were first looking at the sneak peeks initially. This is our first look at, I think, Ever After, which looks absolutely incredible. I love the broken, rubbled buildings. They look so nice, and I hope that these are actually decor items that we can use in the future. That would be really cool. And I'm noticing that there's a drawbridge right here in front of this. I think this was like the Mulan item that we got earlier in the last few updates. There is ink everywhere, which is going to be this biome or this world's version of Night Thorns, which is very nice. And I also noticed as I was going through this trailer initially, there are a lot of these gazebos in all of the biomes, especially in Ever After and in Mythopia, and we'll see it later in this trailer, but I think that's absolutely stunning. And I love how the background of the broken castle is kind of brought into the biome where we can decorate, because I'm assuming we're not going to be able to get up here. If we are, I'm not going to complain. That will be absolutely incredible, almost like the peaks that we were able to go to when we were in the Wild Tangle. But otherwise, I'm very happy that we're going to be able to decorate around this, especially for future Halloween dream snaps. I think this backdrop would look very cool. Let's see if we can notice anything. We can see the little dragon companion here. This is the, I'm assuming, the red colored dragon companion. We're gonna get other skins for them as well, or other color variations. So I'm excited to see what color variations we're gonna get. I want to guess that we're gonna also get a purple version of this dragon, which I think would be really cute, and it would kind of really reflect Maleficent's character. I think that would be like a really nice correlation between the two. So fingers crossed we see that. Let's see if I'm right. Let me know in the comments what color variations you think we're going to get of all the different companions that we're going to be getting in the Bind, Ever After, and Mythopia. Here we can see Merida is surrounded by ink. I'm assuming we're going to have to get rid of the ink around her to be able to interact with her. Maybe this is like the beginning of her storyline, which is very cool. And this biome is just surrounded by bookshelves, and I love that. It almost gives the illusion of an indoor area, even though it's outdoors. So for Dream Snaps, if we have to do a library or something like that, we can use this outdoor space and we can decorate it so much more using so many more items because we'll have a lot of space at our disposal to just go wild with decorations. And here again, this is what I was mentioning, that I'm assuming this area specifically is going to be inside that main building, right when we enter from in front of the well that's over there. And we're going to be seeing this tapestry of Maleficent and Hades, as well as the Lord Keeper's book. Now, I'm not sure, unlike for the Rift in Time, where Jafar's hologram would appear in different biomes simultaneously. So like there was one station in Eternity Isle, one in the Glittering Dunes, and I don't remember if there was one in the Wild Tangle or not. But I would be interested to know or find out if the Lore Keeper's book is placed in various different locations throughout this world, or if it's just going to be in the main building where we're going to be able to access the Lore Keeper. This again looks so pretty. I think this is again the entrance because we can see the stairs here. We can get a little hint at the well over here, and I'm assuming, like I mentioned before, this is where we're going to go in to go to the different biomes, at least at first. I just absolutely love the bind, especially the aesthetic, the color. It's very fall coded. I love that. I know we've been all requesting more fall colors and fall foliage in our main valley, because especially after seeing the Frozen Realm when we go into the Dream Castle, that's sort of the aesthetic that we've wanted for the longest time. So I'm so excited that we're finally getting this into the game. Unfortunately, it is locked behind a DLC, which is a shame, but I hope in the future, even if some people might not be able to access this content, that Disney Dreamlight Valley brings in the foliage from the Frozen Realm free for all Disney Dreamlight Valley owners. I think that would be a really nice compensation because the colors in the Frozen Realm are absolutely beautiful as well. And here we of course got Flynn, and I think this is the same, but in this shot right here again we can get a look at this really cool gazebo, and it's also here in, I think, Mythopia, which is really cool. So I'm excited to see how this is going to play in, or if this is going to be a major component within the storyline, because they wouldn't put it in all the biomes if it didn't have a purpose. Or, I mean, I could be completely wrong and it could just be completely aesthetic, which I wouldn't say no to. And I love these items here, the fallen pillars, the broken pillars that are stacked on top of each other. I really hope that these are decor items. Maybe they'll be added to Scrooge's store so that we can collect them throughout our journey, or we can get them as, I mean, I hope not, but I guess friendship rewards is a possibility, or just as items that are automatically within our furniture mode in the foliage section or the decorating section, so that we can use an unlimited amount if we want to. Here we have such a beautiful, beautiful shot of the gazebo and just the foliage around. There's so many different types and variations of trees. I'm so excited for all of these different foliage items to be added into decoration mode. You have no idea how happy this makes me to see such colorful and vibrant pieces of foliage that we can decorate with, especially, and I mentioned this in my previous video, these green and pink bushes. They look so stunning. And I noticed this. I hope that this is part of the animation when we're in the game, but we can see these 3 birds over here, and I don't think they're going to be companions because we only have 1 companion per biome, and we already know what animal companions we're going to be getting in this expansion pass. But I do hope the animation of these birds flying around is still in the Mythopia biome or any of the 3 biomes when we're in the Storybook Vale, kind of like the butterflies in the meadow, I guess you could say, but except this would be birds that are occasionally coming in and out of the biome, which I think would look absolutely pretty, especially for Dream Snaps images. Imagine if you were able to capture this sort of image with a character with the birds flying in the background. I think that would be absolutely stunning. Again, here we can see some ink forming, and we're getting a look at the flowers from this biome. I think they could be the flowers from this biome. I do remember in the showcase that they were mentioning poppies are going to be coming into the one of the biomes as well. I don't remember specifically which biome he'd mentioned. This is our look at Maleficent. Oh, and actually we're gonna go back just a few paces here in this video, and because they're showing this castle right next to Maleficent, I'm gonna assume and solidify my guess that this is gonna be Maleficent's castle, and this is where we're gonna go, especially in Act 2, to maybe solve some of the trials, or maybe even all the trials. And we can see that there is a castle, and there's a bridge with another, almost like an arch or gazebo-esque building right there. So I'm going to guess that this is where we're going to sort of teleport to when we're able to finally access her castle, and we'll have to cross the bridge to get to her main castle. And here we've also got our look at Hades. I can see a door here, or a gate that seems to be leading up to the amazing background here. I really do hope that we can climb it. Again, like I mentioned for the previous crumbling castles in Ever After, I don't know how likely that is, but even maybe if we can teleport from right behind the gate up there, I think that would be really cool. It would be a complete bonus for me if we're actually able to walk up this path and up here to this building. That would be absolutely incredible. We could get images or dream snaps, or just capture moments from so many different angles and vistas from here, which would be so cool. Here we can see that the tapestry is tearing apart, just to symbolize how the control that they were having together over the Storybook Vale has kind of been ripped apart. This image here, right here, is so cool because here we're getting a look at the house skin that we're getting with the magical edition of the Storybook Vale, which looks so incredible. It just fits into the bind so perfectly. I love the grass and the tree leaves that are on the roofs. I think that looks so cool. And you're also getting a slight glimpse at, I think this is Shea Remy's aesthetic for the bind, which is really cool. I'm wondering though, and let me know what you guys think. This aesthetic is specifically catered to the bind biome, and they did mention that they're changing or overhauling the aesthetic for both Remy and Scrooge. So I'm wondering, I don't think this is likely, but I'm wondering if if we place Remy's restaurant in, say, Ever After, if the foliage is going to change colors to reflect the Ever After biome or not. I don't think it's likely, but I think it would be really cool if that is the case. That would make Scrooge's store and Remy so much more versatile in the entire Storybook Vale in general, rather than just being restricted to being placed in the bind. It would just allow for more freedom of decorating if you don't want either of their places in the bind. And I'm also very curious because, especially nowadays for Star Path quests, we're getting that we can complete the restaurant quest at either Remy or Tiana's. So I'm wondering, and I haven't tested this out with Eternity Isle, maybe I should, but if we're able to move Tiana's Palace into the DLC. So maybe I'll try this when the Storybook Vale comes out. I'll probably wait until then and see if we can transfer that, or if it's just specific to being in our main valley, because so far all the other character buildings and houses are able to be very free for all in terms of where we can place it and in which biome, whether it's the main game of Dreamlight Valley or in the DLC A Rift in Time. So I would be interested to know if Tiana's Palace can also be shifted within these worlds, the paid and the free content update stuff. But that's something we'll definitely check out. In the background of this image, we're also getting a look at Flynn's house as well as Merida's house. We can't see Hades' house anywhere, probably for the best because I don't think it would fit this aesthetic very well. But this, again, this image looks very, very nice. They did mention in the showcase that eventually the diagonals and rotations is going to work for pathing. I'm really excited to see how that's going to work because, again, right now it's all very gridded. In the future, when we can do diagonal paths and curved paths, it would be so cool to see the immense creativity that would come out of all of the creators in this game of how they can utilize that and probably improve upon this a lot because right now, again, this is, like I said, very gridded. Having a lot of curves and rounded edges would make all of the difference when it comes to decorating in the future, so I'm very excited. Let's see if we can see anything else. I'm noticing some flowers here from, I think, a Rift in Time. If that's, or if I'm wrong, let me know. But I think that's a Rift in Time flower that they've put into this content, which is pretty funny. I didn't know that they were gonna cross-play the different DLCs together. That's really cool. Let's see if we can, oh, here we're getting a look at Scrooge's store in more detail, and we can see that the Ever After is right behind us in the background. Here's the image I was talking about earlier. We kind of got a preview, not with the character here, but the fact that Ever After is going to be through one door and Mythopia is going to be in the other one. Here's a closer look. And guys, I'm not even over the fact that we're getting the Mad Hatter's aesthetic and teapot and teacups here in this as a big decorating feature landscape. I think it's so cool. It really ties into the whimsy, and it also, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just thinking about like Tinkerbell in this sense and like Tinkerbell's world, that if I were to move, say, Tinkerbell's house skin that we got earlier through the premium shop into Ever After, it would fit so perfectly with the aesthetic because her house at the top is a teapot. And in the background, if we have large teapots and teacups, I think that would look so cool. It's almost like the perfect fairyland for that kind of decor, which I think is so incredible. And I think that's why they were giving us so many fairy and magical items possibly in the premium shop for the longest time, because we got so many fairy core house skins in the last, I don't know, 6 months since this game has come out, which is absolutely incredible. And I think maybe they were kind of hinting at the fact that we're going to get an entire biome catered to something that's entirely fairy core with mushroom trees and foliage everywhere. That is so cool. Here, just another quick look at all of the snippets. We've got a frog, a bird, and honestly, I don't know what animal this is. Maybe I'm just not able to see it properly and I'm not like joining the dots together. I don't know what it is, but I can't figure out what animal this is. So if any of you knows, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to get an answer to this question that's just been racking my brain for the longest time. But it's very cute, I will say that. Here we go. In yesterday's video that I posted, I was talking about how our character was wearing armor that is very similar to this. So this is the scene that I was referring to where I think the armor was taken from for our character. And I love this. This is probably part maybe of the trials that we're going to have to face, or it's just a quest with Flynn. There's no telling at this moment. But my guess is that it's going to be part of a trial. So I'm very excited to see how this goes. We might have to like mix and match the outfits to get it in the perfect way so that we can move forward. That's what I'm guessing from this, but who knows? Here again, we are getting a closer look at Merida's house, the house skin that we're getting from the magical edition, as well as Hades' house. We can also see a different color variation for our owl companion, which is really cute. So now we know that we're gonna get a white owl companion. And we've also got these cool lights. I've never seen these lights, so I'm not sure where this is from or if this is a new item. It does seem to be a new item to me, but let me know if you guys have seen that item before because I personally haven't. And this backdrop seems to be in Mythopia. I love this yellow aesthetic, and I'm saying this for everything that I'm seeing with this expansion pass, but Ever After, The Bind, Mythopia, they all look so picturesque and gorgeous. They're nothing like the biomes we currently have in our main valley and even in A Rift in Time. So I absolutely love how out of the box they went with this and how different they made it, which makes people want this more, I think, because it's so unique in its own right. And I hope that they keep doing this for future biomes. I hope they don't just keep it very realistic all the time, because again, Ever After is very mystical and magical. So I really hope that in the future maybe we get a candy biome, we get different weird funky biomes. I think that would be really cool. Right now, I'm considering moving Vanellope onto a floating island so that I don't have to see her house in any of the current biomes because it just doesn't match. And it looks so out of place, and it's really sad that we have to move certain villagers out of the way because it doesn't fit any aesthetic. But I do hope that in the future we get biomes that are maybe just all pink or all like a different funky color that would actually fit an aesthetic that matches a character like Vanellope. Oh, and I don't know, this just like a very brief shot, but we can see the windmill in the back, and this is very common like we saw in the Mythopia biome, and I absolutely love these windmills. Let's go back just a little bit more so it's clear, but these look so stunning as well. Here we go, another look at another gazebo that we've been seeing throughout all of the biomes. I'm assuming this is going to be in Mythopia because that's where Hades' statue is, and it looks so cool. The gazebo is surrounded by ink, so it's probably going to lead to some form of a portal, I'm assuming, or it could be just an aesthetic thing, or there could be a table in the middle, kind of like the place in the Wild Tangle where we have to go into and see like the sundial, something like that. Maybe it could be, who knows, but that's kind of a guess that I have for what this area could be for. And here, oh my goodness, this looks absolutely stunning. We can see the vine growing and attaching itself to Maleficent's castle, and I'm going to guess that this is going to be the portal that we'll have to take to go into her castle or to that top gate. For example, this is going to go into that little building right there. And you can see how the portal is opened, and this just, it looks so nice. It kind of reminds me of Jack and the Beanstalk a lot, but I also know that there's some old Disney, I think either short films or regular films. It's like a Mickey film of almost like Jack and the Beanstalk kind of vibes, but like it's a giant that's with Mickey and they're climbing this vine together, I think. I could be wrong, but I do remember watching it when I was a kid, and I used to love that specific cartoon that I used to watch. So I'll have to get information on that, and maybe I can put it in the description box below for you guys. And lastly, but I think the most exciting thing for me is Aurora. I'm assuming we're gonna get Aurora into the valley based on this. We did get Rapunzel with A Rift in Time, so we're getting another princess. Of course, we're getting Merida as well, so it'll be so nice to get two princesses into the valley. We could get snubbed, and we might just get another character from Rapunzel from the Sleeping Beauty that's not Aurora, which would be really sad, but I do think it's going to be Aurora. I think that is my prediction for how part 2 is going to end, and I think that'll just be wonderful. It is weird, and let me know if you guys agree with this. When the trailer for this game first came out, we saw Cinderella, in the trailer. So I'm so surprised that we haven't even gotten her in the valley yet, whether it's with a free content update or with a paid DLC. So I'm really hoping and wishing for the day that we're going to get Cinderella into the valley, because it's already been teased that we're getting Jasmine in the early spring update. So we're getting so many princesses that have never been announced and that we never had any clue were going to be in the game, and now we're suddenly not even getting any hints that Cinderella is going to be coming anytime soon. But let me know what you guys think about that, when you think Cinderella might come into the valley. And here we're ending on the incredibly looking promotional art for this expansion pass, and it looks, for a word, stunning. I love this so much. They put in so much effort into this, it looks like, and it really paid off because this just looks absolutely stunning. But let me know what you guys think of this breakdown. Do you think I missed anything in this video that you guys might have noticed that I maybe didn't? I would love to hear your thoughts on that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I hope you guys took something away that you didn't notice before. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys very soon, especially on November 20th when this game is going to drop, or this DLC is going to drop. And I'm so excited for that. So I will see you guys very soon. Bye, guys.